Have you ever felt like your home service business has hit a wall? You're working harder than ever, but yet growth seems like something just out of reach. I've been there and I know how it feels. Today, I'm going to share with you my journey from navigating with the challenges of digital marketing since 2009 and into discovering how AI can transform your business. And I'll show you how you can harness this power to achieve sustainable growth. Now, let's do a little bit of backstory. Back in 2009, I was running my painting business. All right. And there towards the end, as you already know, back in 2008, we hit the real estate boom where everything kind of just basically stopped. And at that time, I had contracts with 5 different home builders, and I had a total of about 30 guys that were working for me. And I literally had to kind of like start dwindling down and letting a lot of these guys go because I just didn't have, a lot of the work just automatically stopped. And literally that was all I did was just new painting, new construction painting. All right. Well, whenever new homes stopped building, work dried up. So that's whenever I had to jump in and start learning how to market. And let me tell you something. When I say market my business, it was posting up ads on Craigslist. And I think there was a couple of other free online directives that I posted up, and which whatever. But Craigslist was the one that everyone was using, and it was basically just putting up an image ad and then my post in there, and then try to get people to call me, right? So that was the extent of it, right? But once I finally kind of like had to let go of the majority of my guys, I kept 3 or 4 guys, and then I had to look into seeing how I could keep them busy, right? And the only way I was going to be able to keep them busy is by generating leads, right? And so that's whenever I decided to jump into digital marketing, right? First, I hired a digital marketing company at that time, and that was a major fail. And then because of that, I ended up just diving in headfirst and teaching myself, watching videos on YouTube and learning how to build my own WordPress website, doing that, all the different, elements of how to, how to make sure that your header's this, contact form at the top, make sure everyone could see my phone number, email address, all this stuff, right? And then everything above, you had to have the most important information to that really, got people's attention above the fold, all those nuances that came into building a highly effective website, right? Now, this is back in 2009, right? Websites have completely evolved since then, right? So, but in the meantime of doing all that, I also was doing everything else. I was managing crews. I'd have to jump on some jobs, and actually, a lot of jobs work because now, we're down. I was down 25 guys, and I need to make sure that we were still, keeping busy and making money. So I had to jump in and also work with the guys. I also dealt with having to meet with new clients and try to close them. So I was doing everything. You know, making sure going to Sherwin-Williams at the time and picking up material and then delivering it to the guys back, all that stuff, right? And so I, like many of you, wore many hats, right? And you can attest to the fact that by the end of the day, you're literally worn out, right? And by the time you get home after doing all that, you really don't have a whole lot of time to really do anything else to work on your business, right? Because you're exhausted, right? Wake up and it all starts over again. So whenever this was happening, growth felt very slow. I felt like I wasn't getting enough business as fast as I wanted because I didn't really have any systems in place, right? So that's whenever, again, I decided to dive deeper into digital marketing and learning how to create lead generation website, right? Getting them to follow, create, whenever they go to the website, they fill out a form, and then a lead goes into an autoresponder. At that time, I was using Aweber, right? And they're still around, but really good. But the fact is that I had an autoresponder where they get an email, hey, thank you for reaching out to us on our website. We're going to call you back as soon as possible, right? But if they called me from the website, I always still had to make sure that I picked up the phone, because if not, I'm going to lose that lead, right? And now imagine this is back in 2009, 2010. The attention span, people were not as anxious as they are today, right? So if you're not picking up the phone and you're not returning that call within, a couple of minutes, you've lost that lead. Statistics have shown that if you're not picking up and you're not responding back to them within 5 minutes, they've already moved on to at least two other, of your competitors. So that was one area that I just didn't have set up properly, right? At that time, because of that fact that I knew I was going to lose this lead, I always picked up the phone, right? No matter what, I stopped what I did and I picked up the phone, right? A lot of times I would get my phone dirty with paint because I had paint on my hands, or if was doing tile, I had mud in my hand. I mean, you name it, right? So obviously I was missing something, right? So fast forward to 2022. That's whenever I realized the true game changer, AI. Now, 2022 was an interesting year for me because that's whenever I closed my company, my remodeling company. At that time, I was doing bathroom and kitchen remodeling, and so I evolved from painting all the way into remodeling, right? But I had to close my company down because that was whenever also COVID hit, right? And so I had to stop because I just could not do the work anymore. Doing construction all your life since I was 16 years old, your body takes a beating, right? Between construction and after I graduated high school, I got into manufacturing, building boats. Manual labor, right? Hands are shot, knees are shot, back, shoulders. You guys, you name it, right? A lot of you, I'm sure, can attest to that. All right. So that's whenever I was trying to, I was doing digital marketing on the side, for a couple clients. I was doing SEO, website design, all those little things. But in 2022, I was trying to figure out how, because I was like, okay, this is what I'm going to focus on full time. But I needed to see how I could literally separate myself from everybody else. Right. And lo and behold, that's whenever AI came in and it caught my attention because I needed to figure out exactly how that worked. Well, the more I played around with it, the more I started realizing and noticing some things that I could do. And that's where I was able to really identify a system, a way to integrate AI into your digital marketing. And now at Noble Vision AI, we take and we focus on the end to end customer journey, integrating AI. Now, what does that mean? Right. So, as a home service provider, as a contractor, you have to let people know who you are. That's the top of the funnel, right? People have no clue who you are, and they're trying to look for someone that can provide them with the services that they're looking for, right? They may not be needing you right now, but they already know that they have a project coming up and they need to find someone, right? That's why if you go to Facebook groups, hey, do you guys know anybody, right? And before you know it, you'll have 20, 30, 40 comments, hey, I recommend so and so, right? So, top of the funnel. Then, once they start learning who you are and you're posting up content online, you have a website that also is a really good website that sells you and your brand properly. They start seeing some of the projects if you post your projects on Facebook or on Instagram, whatever, and they start seeing some of the work that you do. You're starting to basically build trust in them. It's what's called the know, like, and trust factor, right? Now they know who you are, they see what you're doing, and then now they decide to call you, and it's now the follow-up system, right? What are you doing on the back end to make sure that you close that deal? And so this is where AI really has changed the game because now you can compete with the big dogs. It levels the playing field, right? So because of that, I decided that I'm going to dedicate myself to helping home service providers like you to integrate AI to optimize your customer journey, which is really important, right? So, one of the biggest mistakes in our industry is getting stuck in the daily operations. That means handling everything, operations, all that stuff, right? And neglecting the growth strategy. You're working in the business, but you don't have time to grow to work on the business. And that's where, whenever you are just, again, what we talked about, you just get so overwhelmed with the stuff that you have to do in the business, you don't have time to do the growth stuff. We focus on delivering a great service, but we overlook the systems that can manage the leads, manage customer interactions, manage referrals, and so forth, right? Another critical mistake is inconsistent follow-ups. You have no idea how many times I talk to business owners and I ask about their follow-ups. And it's like, I ask them what their follow-up system is, and they give me this look like, um, I really don't have a follow-up. And then I'll say, well, then how many? And then I'll ask them, then here's the other question I ask them. All right. How many of those leads that you missed do you think you could have sold? And so when they're like, think about how many of those leads they convert and they don't convert, and they put a dollar figure on that, it hits them, and it hits them hard right in the gut. And it's a crappy feeling because you're just letting money go out the window. Here's a stat that you need to know. Over 55% of homeowners search online before booking a service. So imagine if 55% of that traffic that goes to your website and you don't have a way to follow up, that's a lot of money that you're losing, right? So this is where it's really key to understand where AI can basically take this off of your plate for you easily and automates the follow-up system. So how do you know if these issues are affecting your business? There's 3 questions that I want you to ask yourself. 1, do you have a consistent system following up with leads? 2, am I spending more time on operations than planning for growth? 3, is my lead management reactive or proactive? If you're missing follow-ups and feeling overwhelmed, it's time that you rethink your approach. This is where AI becomes the game changer. Let's talk about a few practical steps that you can take by integrating AI and fixing it. First, implementing AI-driven tools for customer interactions. Now, imagine with AI, you can automate your follow-ups, ensuring no lead gets missed. Okay. Now, how do you do that? Well, one way is by integrating an AI-driven chatbot like NovaChat Pro, and that will actually engage with customers 24/7, even while you're on a job too busy to pick up the phone, or late in the evening. A lot of times homeowners come home from work, right? And they come home, they eat dinner, around 5, 6 o'clock, they finally, they get the kids to sleep, to bed, whatever. And they finally, they sit down at the computer and I got to get this taken care of. They go online and they start searching. So it could be 9, 10 o'clock in the evening that they're searching. You're not going to pick up the phone. They go to your website. They're not going to, so they fill out the form and you get an email. Or you have a chatbot that's AI driven and it can converse with them and convert them into a lead. That's the power of AI. Also, AI can help you analyze your data, right? You can take, your data from Google Analytics. If you have a CRM system, you can take all those leads. You can figure out which leads got closed, what traffic's coming in, keywords that are driving traffic to your website, all that different data that you really need to be keeping track of to understand where your bottleneck is, right? If you see that your website, you're getting some visits for these keywords, but you have nothing on your website that's targeting those keywords, now you can go in and create content to target those keywords, right? And so that's the power of AI in being able to really understand what's going on in your marketing, right? These AI tools are tailored for home services like you. Let's talk a little bit about NovaChat Pro, okay? This automates the customer interaction, right? So again, we create it for you on your website. Someone comes to your website and it's going to be the interaction that they're going to be, hey, thank you for visiting our so-and-so company. How can I help you? Blah, 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 right? Now the AI is able to converse back and forth and ask pertinent questions to try to get them to say, yes, I want to go ahead and schedule a call. And the AI chatbot can send them the link, put the link to schedule a calendar, a schedule on your calendar, right? And that way, now you get a notification saying, hey, so-and-so just booked a call with you tomorrow at 10 o'clock or whatever, right? That's that, right? And the beauty about it is that it works for you 24/7. It doesn't, and we can work, it can be set up where if you only want it to run, business hours or all, 24/7, right? Then all those leads that come in, they get all integrated. They all get funneled in to a CRM system. Now with us, we have RevMaster Pro, right, which is a CRM system that's AI driven. We have all different kinds of integrations in there with AI to make sure that we're really hitting all those touch points to make sure that you don't lose that lead or that sell. Okay. And all this basically can efficiently manage and nurture your leads. All right. These tools not only save time, but they also enhance the customer experience. Again, that end-to-end customer journey. You want to make sure that you're providing an experience to your customers, to your prospects, that they're not going to forget about you, right? Because let me tell you something. You could be a handyman that has this, and I'm gonna tell you, 50% of your competition is not going to have it. All right. I'm just going to tell you right now. All right. So but you don't want to sit on this because this is, this next year is going to be really uh, uh, critical for businesses like you because now people are starting to see AI and they're starting to understand it a little bit more. And they're going to start wanting to figure out how to integrate with their systems. So to stay competitive, you really need to start considering on how I can, you as a business owner can make my customer experience better. So that way I can attract better quality leads and also convert more leads into sales. Really, because at the end of the day, it's all about trying to get as many sales as possible at a profit margin that you are going to be happy with, not competing for the cheapies, right? And that's the whole idea behind optimizing your end-to-end customer journey. All right. So imagine having more time to focus on delivering great service while your business is running efficiently on the background like a well-oiled machine. 50% of your stuff is automated. You're going to have to still, include a little bit of the human factor in there, but a lot of your work is already done for you. And all you got to do is be there to keep it going, right? When I started my painting company, I was raised up old school, right? Work hard and you'll succeed, right? Well, yes, you have to work hard, but you want to work hard and smart. Today, we have access to vast amount of technology. A lot of times it's very overwhelming as to how do we use all this technology? Well, we've taken all the guesswork away from you to make sure that whenever we put in a marketing system for you, it's all automated and it takes all those elements into consideration, basically based on your goals. And we put together a system that's going to work for you to make sure that you can focus on what's more important. One, growing your business, and two, not, how would you say, working yourself to the ground where you can't even spend time with your loved ones. All right. So here's the thing, because of what I've been able to figure out with AI, my partner Matthew and I, what we're here to do is to help you experience that exact transformation. Our mission is to help contractors like you, home service providers, whether you're a plumber, whether you're a house cleaning company, whether you're a window installer, whether you're a gutter installer. I mean, you name it, we can help you out. And our mission is really to help you guys be better companies by helping you systemize and create systems when it comes to your marketing and your lead generation. So that way you can actually charge what you're worth because you're attracting the right audience. And now you're following them into a system that's going to help convert them better, faster. All right. If you have found this video helpful, I plead and I ask you to please give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more insights on growing your home service business. I'm going to be creating a lot more videos based around topics like this and really driving home how important it is today to make sure that you figure out a way how to integrate AI into your business. So that way you can actually have sustainable growth. Let's tackle these challenges together. Join the community and take your first step towards a smarter growth today.